All right, Dylan, tell us how fat you are again. You were saying
Fat as shit.
saying you gained a little bit of weight there, bud.
A little bit of weight. You can see it in my face. Look at my double chin. Like, I already don't have a neck. Like, I know it's harder to see just from this standpoint, but if you know me and you've been around me, like, like dress blues, like in the Marines, they got that tall, like, collar that goes all the way around. It clasps. And dude, I mean, like, I would be like, with that thing around it, I already have no neck. And so when I gain a little bit of weight, I just look like I'm 300 pounds. And I feel like it too. Newborn, the move, just a ton of packing, been busier than shit, eating
it's
like
gonna be
shit.
An intervention show, you know what I mean? We're gonna like try.
The intervention is the open. That's gonna fucking kill me. There's gonna be plenty of these. You know what I mean?
So the fatter you are, the more no reps there are?
Yeah. Well, dude, hey, the other thing is too, I realized I did a CrossFit workout a few days ago, and I realized thick with 3 C's, dog. Give me some love. Thick with 3 C's.
Yeah. What up, Megan? What up, Kenneth? For once, your knuckleheads are early. So much for 7 a.m. Jeez, Megan, calm down. PM.
Was it scheduled for 7 a.m.?
No, she meant PM. Dude, this show was scheduled for 15 different times, man. What a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So I did this CrossFit workout the first time with a cycling and barbell. And I realized during that workout, as I was really considering taking my own life, I realized, I was like, dang, like I can spar for days. Like I have like an endurance in fighting, like just that can go. But when you do that a different modality, that's why CrossFit's so huge, because you're always mixing up the modalities, right? But then I'm cycling a barbell, and I'm realizing for the first time since August 16th, well, even prior to that, it was weeks before that I'd cycled a barbell, but August 16th was when I broke my elbow.
Oh yeah.
And so it was cycling power cleans, and even with the power clean, the strain and stretch on the elbow, dude, I'm incredibly sore. Like,
was there pain when doing it?
I usually get a good, like a decent front rack, but I was like one finger on every single shoulder rack. You know what I mean?
Josh Bridges here.
Yeah, for real. And then like if a jerk comes up or anything overhead, like I'm like, it's gonna be close,
Gotcha.
And then on top of that, like I'll be moving. I won't be able to do the first workout and record it, like.
Oh yeah. So this next week is the move.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I won't be able to do the first workout, but I'm going to do it at some point. And then I haven't decided if I'll be able to, like, I'm going to be a bit lazy here. Like, just honest.
Lazy.
I don't know if I'm going to find a CrossFit gym to drop into and do the second workout. So
I wouldn't say lazy. I mean, lazy.
That's just me knowing, like, I'm going to get there and I'm going to have a whole lot of unpacking to do and, be busy. But a CrossFit workout will be good for me. So I'll probably end up doing it. But it's just a matter of this logistics that I'm not paying attention to right now, because all the other logistics are so much more.
I mean, you got your checklist of what you got to do each day. Take care of the family, move, make sure everyone's eating, and in whatever particular order. And then somewhere in there is try to get the CrossFit in, but that ain't high on your priority list right now. Man.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're cycling barbells again though. That's
no, I'll probably get banned because I'm on peptides.
Oh yeah, you're done now, dude. You can go see Hiller and Hiller and all those guys. KDL says I watched the Mark Herr movie,
the Smash Machine.
the Smash Machine with The Rock. Is it me or did it suck? That's a good place to start.
I've heard it was great. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. Oh, damn. I was hoping you would be like, yeah,
No.
it was.
Dude,
whatever.
I'm not a movie guy. Like, I'm not a movie guy. I'm not a show guy. I'm a UFC guy. And the rest of the time, like, I am like fiddle farting, building shit, fixing shit.
Dick pics.
Yeah.
That's
like
probably my favorite part of the day.
All the dick pics.
When we send each other those things.
Yeah.
So sorry, Kenneth. We're useless. Has anyone else seen it? He says he was rooting for Mark Coleman the whole time. I'll be honest with you. Like, if you had you were in Hollywood or whatever, and they said, "Hey, Dylan, what UFC MMA fighter would you want to make a movie about?" Would Mark Kerr be the guy? I feel like I can think of 3 to 5 dudes that I'd be like, "No, we should probably do a movie about Chuck Liddell, Hoist Gracie, Tank Abbott." Like, there would be other dudes, Ken Shamrock, because he did both UFC and WWE. I feel like there'd be other dudes that I'd be like, but I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Does Mark Kerr even? He's not even like my top 5 of dudes that I would make a movie about.
Oh man, he's legendary.
He is. But I mean, dude,
he's legendary. Always hated to fight, by the way. Real scared to fight.
I bet that's what a lot of the movies predicated about.
Real scared to fight.
Seen it.
It's well known. He's real scared to fight. Well, at least he was, but like, I mean, dude was.
Shut up, Joseph. He's here for the double luging. That's at
when
the
you,
end.
When you look at him, you're like, how the fuck are you scared to fight anything?
Right.
Like Godzilla knock on your door, you'd be like, I got
right.
it.
Massive dude. Yeah, you think he'd be down to fight.
But it wasn't so much like a fear thing. It was like a lot of like some guys, and I feel this as well. Like it's some guys are not like it's hard to hurt someone. It really is. Like, it's crazy. Like,
there's a guy that we're going to talk about some of the stories. So we'll preview the card tonight. And there's a lot going on right now in MMA, but Almeida, the Brazilian heavyweight, he got cut. And a lot of the talk is that he's a heavyweight. He's huge. Gelton. But he just didn't really want to fight sometimes. Like, he just, he's big, but he just, again, doesn't want to scrap, doesn't want to go. I don't know. So I wonder if
Jalen Turner knocked out, I think, Bobby Green. I think it was him. Mm-hmm. And they were like buds. And he always hated fighting too. Like, he hated knocking people out, and he had quite a few knockouts, and like really is a devastating fighter. Yeah, and he hates it, dude. Yeah. He thought about retiring after that because he had to beat the piss out of Bobby Green to get the fight stopped. It was a late stoppage. It was a terrible stoppage. Yeah. And it really bothered him to where he said after in the press conference, like he was going to retire.
Done. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean,
people got in his ear after that. I'm sure Dana called him and whatnot, and they talked. And so he's not retired, but like, yeah, when I had my first knockout, it felt horrible.
You're happy you won, but you're like, dude, I just rocked somebody.
I wasn't even happy. Like, how people like knock someone out, they run and jump on the cage and all that. I knocked him out, and I turned and walked away.
Yeah, that's
like, I just knew he was out, and then I just turned and walked away. And all I can remember is like looking at the camera, saying thank you, God, and then just like kind of walking around like with my hands on my hips, like, damn, that did not feel as good as I thought it would. Like, I thought it would feel glorious. And
yeah, I'm sure. Horrible.
I'm sure. And I knelt down to the announcer while they're, picking up this dude's corpse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I knelt down to the announcer because he's surrounded by the referee and the doc and like all that shit. And so, and I don't want to be invasive, so or disrespectful or anything. So I kneeled down to the announcer, and I'm looking at who is at the time was Torres Finney, who fights in the UFC. Okay. He just had a fight a few weeks ago, and Torres Achilles in the fight or something like that.
That sucks.
So he kind of got whooped up on, but yeah, Torres Finney was the announcer, and I looked at him and I asked him, and I was like, "Hey, is he okay?" And Torres was like looking at me. He's like, yeah. Like, holy fuck, dude. And the stream with that knockout was crazy because the stream was lagged by like 15 seconds. So the announcers started going, holy shit, like freaking out. And meanwhile, we're 15 seconds behind in what the visual was being presented. And so the announcers, the audio was ahead by 15 seconds and the visual was behind. And so the announcers are freaking out, and everybody streaming it live was like, what the fuck is happening? Because we were there like kind of doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, they're screaming and freaking out.
That's like when you're watching the Super Bowl at someone's house, they have the TV on in this room, a TV on in that room, and one of them is 15 seconds faster. And
exactly.
You hear them explode, and you're like, no, don't tell me.
So I have a video. There's a video of a few friends watching it on, like, they streamed it on Facebook because they were just like supporting me, and they were like wanting to record their reaction, I guess. And so they're like looking at each other like, oh, what the fuck? What are they freaking out about? I don't get it. What the fuck? And then you see them all erupt once it finally sequences. You know what I mean? That's wild. They were like, oh my god! But it was a bad knockout. But that's wild. And I actually ended up breaking like his whole orbital and like his nose, like part of his nose, and something about transverse something, and then something with his ocular something.
Turned him into a trans?
Yeah. He's a great dude. I messaged him at like months after the fight, maybe a year after the fight, just saying, I hope to see you back in there, and he was so respectful beforehand and after. I got nothing but just tremendous things to say about the dude, and he was good. He was real scrappy, but it just I don't think anybody planned for it to end that way. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get in these fucking BJ Penn has his own fucking show.
What did it say? Oh man.
BJ Penn has his own show. It's called Cops. Oh my goodness.
Joseph coming in hot.
Damn.
I did want to touch on this though. KDL said, I love Warrior if we're talking UFC movies. And I would say that that's definitely even outside of UFC, that's one of my favorite.
Warriors with Tom Hardy, right?
Yeah, Tom Hardy. I don't know the other actor's name, but man, that was a cool movie, man. That was kind of maybe Tom Hardy's, I don't want to say breakout role, because he's been in some good movies that were older. Bronson, it's like I think it's based on a true story.
Did he play Charles Bronson?
Yeah. Check that out. It is. Whoa. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be like a Jason Statham or something like that.
Yeah, no, he did it. And he did it. Let me tell you, he did it. So like he's had some breakout roles, but I feel like that was a big role for sure. Megan, I don't know what you're talking about. His balls, my balls.
Oh, they can't see it.
All right.
It's hard to see.
Unbelievable. KDL, again, just getting to some of y'all's comments. Thanks for being here, you guys. I know that you guys.
It's a long night for them.
Yeah, you had Garrett and Colleen with Brock, Will, and JY. I love going in there and just anytime JY is on anything, I'd love to bother him. I want to get him to get a little fired up just because it's always a good laugh, not just for me, but for everybody when JY gets going. But I think some people think I generally don't like him. I love John. I just think.
Did you get to him? I didn't hear that.
I haven't really got to him yet. There's been a few times that I've been real close. He'll pull up a comment, he'll say something, but not today. Not today.
I missed about like 20, 30 minutes of the last like third.
Yeah, it was a great show. Great show. If you guys haven't watched it, go back and watch it. My dad, it's his birthday today, so I was at his house celebrating, and then when I left, I'm like, oh, that's right, the girls are alive. So I hopped on and immediately started messing with John. But KDL says he's discovered that he doesn't have that killer instinct in him, just don't have that drive, I think. I'll present this to you, KDL. And don't worry, we'll get into fights and everything soon enough. If your family was in trouble, if you had to protect somebody.
Yeah, of course.
Then do you have that killer instinct?
Of course he does. Yeah.
Because there's a difference between I know, I'm just putting it out there. There's a difference between getting in the octagon or a ring or whatever, and hey, my job is to fight, or I'm trying to make it in the scene like yourself, and then having to protect those that you love. So I would imagine, my point is, I think you do have that killer instinct in you, KDL. It's just not maybe fighting a stranger in a sanctioned MMA match. But I would imagine if shit's going down, you can do what you got to do. Thank you, KDL. This background is definitely than a white wall.
This is what I got. I haven't uploaded any pictures to the StreamYard now that we changed
the rear naked butt stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right.
Do you want to start with preview? Should we preview real quick and then get into here? Let's look real quick at my show notes. You have this card, and we'll break down the fights, who's going to win, what to look for. There's obviously Max Holloway, Charlie Bronx 2 next week for the BMF belt. Some really good fights on that card. We got Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, who is the most beautiful woman that's ever walked the earth. There is, we already talked about Jalton Almeida leaving PFL, making some moves. The Professional Fighting League, one championship, making some moves.
So one's coming out with a movie.
Say again?
One's coming out with an MMA movie. Speaking about MMA movies,
the what's it called? The One Samurai. So there's some stuff to talk about, but I think we should preview this card real quick. What say you?
Yeah, the main card.
Yeah, I got it up. So let's share a screen up in this mug. Let's see. Is that what I want to show? That's what I want.
How's my audio, by the way? Is it echoey or anything? Or
no, dude, you're good, man. I'm easy to please on that kind of. I know a lot of people freak out and say, but
audio is the most important for these things. Like visual is one thing, but audio is the most important for sure. So, and I don't have my headphones, so I just don't want to sound echoey in this bare room.
Well, you sound good. Chat, if we do sound like crap, let us know. And they will. We know that they will.
Yeah.
We are starting off UFC Fight Night in Houston, Texas. There have been some banger fights in Houston, Texas. I love when UFC does that. They'll show some of the best fights in whatever city they're in. And, man, they were showing Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard 3. There was it Pereira? There were some fights. And I think we will see a fight or two tonight go into live in infamy, as they say. But anyways, we start the main card. Now, remember.
Don't let Derek Lewis fight in H-Town.
Yeah, right.
That's his hometown, and he fights terribly there.
Exactly. The last time he fought there, he got knocked out. Actually, yeah, whatever. That's a whole nother tangent. But, yeah, he lost. Remember, these cards don't suck. But they're not like the pay-per-views. The pay-per-views from first fighter to first fight of the main card to the main event.
My dog just ate a stick of butter.
Oh, nice. Good luck dealing with that. These are usually not the best of the best, but they'll surprise you with these, because a lot of these guys they're fighting for a contract, or to extend their contract. So I think we're going to see some good fights, but not the biggest names. We start with Zach Reese. We're going to take a look at Zach Reese's most recent fights. I love his nickname, Zach the Savage Reese.
Nice background, gents. Colleen says, thank you.
Shout out Colleen for making this absolutely amazing background for us. She is so cool.
ADL, we're not bringing up that fucking bullshit. You already got me triggered just by mentioning it.
WWE, baby. Oh, yeah. Did you see that one? No, I'm kidding. I don't even, dude, honestly, my kids were into it. They stopped being into it. I got into it because they were. So now I'm just totally lazy with it now. Maybe I'll get back into it one of these days. Anyways, back to Reese. Could not continue. Have you ever seen that as a finish to a fight? Could not continue.
That would mean it would have to be inside 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So they can't go to a decision.
Or
I'm sorry, 2.5 rounds. Not. And so it would have to be less than 2.5 rounds have been completed in the fight. So they can't.
Yeah, like the eye poke happened, and you couldn't continue.
Or I guess that would be a 5-round fight. It would be. what would it be? A round and a half. And so if it's in the first round, he got eye poked and couldn't see, then they would just could not finish.
Okay, all right. I'm thinking I could not continue. That's got to be,
which would be chalked up as a no contest.
I wonder how that happened. I wonder what happened.
It could be a nut shot, could be a fucking poke to the eye, you know.
Yeah.
Hemorrhoid burst, like, you know, just standard stuff.
I mean, you get those all the time.
All the time.
And then I have to deal with it.
Yeah, well, you help with them a lot.
Absolutely. Reese is he's been pretty successful in the UFC. However, I'll tell you what I don't like. If you're losing to Cody Brundage, it's your first UFC fight, but if you're losing to Brundage, that's not a good way to start your career.
Easy.
I know. I'm just saying,
easy, buddy.
Brundage is kind of real quick.
Brundage is very, very good. Just because he got his fucking ass whipped by Bo Nickel doesn't mean shit. Brundage is fucking good. Let's
detour real quick. Let's take a quick look at the 11-8-1. I'll give him credit. 11-8-1 fighter who has not won in the UFC. He lost 3 times in 1 year. Wow, we got another could not continue. And then, like you said, Bo Nickel made him look like a fool. He beat Reese, like we said, beat some nobodies. He's 11-8 for a reason, my guy.
Hey, buddy.
You would kick my ass.
It's no punk to lose to fucking Cody Brundage, dude, especially as your debut. Like that guy is going to be a gatekeeper for the a lot of the lower contestants, like the debuts, the middleweight contender series kind of shit. You know. But he's in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is. He is, Dylan. He is in the UFC. You're right.
Hey, there's 500 people on the UFC roster, dude. That means you're top 500 in the world if you're the worst in the UFC.
If I really wanted to, I could be in the UFC, Dylan.
Of course, just like everybody else.
That's right. But I mean, there's not much to say about this kid other than it looks like he got his act together, and then he didn't, and then he did, and then there was could not continue, and then he did. So maybe it was just he's young and he didn't have the top level experience. But
it is good to have a win over the ghost of Timothy McVeigh. That's good.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
That does, and that happened very recently. Fought 3 times. Let's see, hold on. At least 3 times. He fought 4 times in 2025. Yeah, the Unabomber, right?
Yeah, okay.
Got it. Got you, dog.
I guess it just wasn't that good. That's why you breezed over it.
You just called yourself out, so there you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was gonna let it be. Guys, judge us on our jokes in the comments, in the chat. But yeah, this guy fought 4 times in 1 year, and we're only 2 months into 2026. So he's a gamer. He's going to fight. I like that about him. He lost fairly quickly early, and then he won. Who knows what happened? Could not continue. Won again. I like the trend I'm seeing in this kid. I like. Let me say. How do I say? I like that he fights a lot. I also don't like that he fights a lot. You know, I mean, you fight too much in a short period of time, dude, you take a lot of damage. You're not giving yourself enough time from January to May, from May to September, September to November, November to now to heal. And, like, even if you win a fight, there's going to be something, a tweak, a broken hand, a sprained wrist, something that you need to
often it's not even like because of the fight. It's like in spite of it because of all the training. Like you're going into the fight injured already, and then like all those things get exacerbated. You feel like you're in a car wreck.
Yeah.
Other than if you knock a guy out in the first round, there's obviously exceptions. But yeah, if you go in a 3-round fight and say it's a snooze fest, like you still feel like beat to freaking hell, man. Like you're kicking guys in the legs and you're getting kicked, and like it might be a snooze fest, but like you're kind of beat up, you know what I mean? And so
and then to go right back to training for a fight, another like
and the big thing about that too is not just the fight itself, but it's the weight cut, like how hard is that on your kidneys? It's probably like very, very strenuous on them,
For sure. For sure. But so it's like on one hand, as a fan, yeah, I like to see a fight a lot. As like a little more like appreciating their health and everything and longevity. It's a very, let's take a detour. It's very much like WFP and CrossFit games. Like we see clearly that most of them can only do one or the other, and we understand, right? I think that was a lot of our arguments was like, how in the world, like. It's one thing to play basketball, it's one thing to be a baseball player, one thing to play football once every week, but
well, even then, baseball players got 162 games in a regular season. Like that's beating you down on top of all the travel.
But they're not doing this, man.
But on top of all the travel, like it's wearing your body. I know it. Like, look, I'm a fighter. I get it, but like, hey, like nothing compares to the baseball schedule. That shit's nuts.
As far as just bulk of
that's why they're all steroids. Like,
yeah,
you gotta be on steroids.
As far as bulk of activity, yeah, for sure, I get it. But I mean, dude, there's a as someone who played a decent level of baseball and someone who has dabbled in the MMA space and done it, even the little bit I've done it, there's a night and day difference between getting your basically you fight 4 times in 1 year, you've played 5 full-length MLB seasons in 1 year. That's the equivalent. It's hardcore, dude. So I like him as a fan, from a fan's perspective. As a fighter, I'd like to see him take care of himself a little bit more, and but at the same time, he's trying to, he wants to hold the belt.
How old is he? 29.
I didn't see. I'm like, let's see.
27.
How old is Zachy? I'm gonna say 27 is my 31. So I mean, he's kind of entering the
prime, dude. You're right in your prime, and you ain't at the top, and you made the UFC a little later than you anticipated. Like he's trying to go answer every call so he can stay on the roster as long as possible, and try to put on a show. And just, I mean, you just gotta make what is it? What's the old saying? Fucking, make milk while the sun shines, or whatever it is.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, it's hay. But
what is a?
I was trying to up our jokes here. 3 out of 10 by Kenneth Lap. Oof. 5 out of 10 by Megatron. Okay, fair enough. Okay, here's this. Let's try this. Okay, ready? 2 guys walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it?
Ha ha!
Right?
That was good.
Hey, a horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?"
You should have stopped while you were ahead, man. The first one was good, though, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right, let's talk about Kenneth. Golly, I love it.
Oh, sorry.
How did CM Punk get to the UFC? Sometimes, Kenneth, fame can get you places. Like, let's take another UFC fighter, or another, WWE character in Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar had been an All-American wrestler, an Olympic wrestler, right?
No,
but an All-American wrestler. He was really good, and he's just beast incarnate. So, hey, he's going to draw so much attention. So, hey, let's try the UFC out. And he actually held the belt. He freaking held the belt. Someone's like CM Punk, he has the same level of fame. He doesn't. So I guess my point is I understand more so given Brock Lesnar a chance. CM Punk was solely fame.
Brock Lesnar also played in the NFL.
He did. He tried out.
He's a super athlete and a freak, and was super famous. I mean, that makes
CM
sense.
Punk,
and then they weren't wrong that he went on to win the fucking title.
Yeah, he won a belt. But CM Punk was pure fame. He was famous in a quote unquote combat sport, and that's to answer your question. That's how CM Punk. And look how long it lasted. It didn't. Yeah. It didn't last.
But what I will say is that at least CM Punk tried to
know about dad jokes, Megan. Unbelievable. Who invited
CM Punk tried to give the sport the respect it's due. Although it's just it's so vastly unattainable.
hard to get into MMA and be successful at it, man.
He said like 2.5 years before, 2 or 3 years before he ever got a fight in the UFC that he wanted to fight in the UFC. And so what he did from there was train incessantly for 3 years. 2-3 years. So he actually put in the work. It wasn't just some celebrity freaking, like the Jake Paul promotion does, right? Like they'll just have a bunch of dorks come together that think they can fight just to embarrass themselves. Like that's the UFC was like, no, we're not going to entertain that. So CM Punk trained for 3 years, like very diligently. I think he did a lot of jiu-jitsu and clearly a lot of striking as well. So he didn't go in there like some nobody, but he clearly looked like an amateur. And they gave him Mike Jackson, who was a reporter at the time, who was 1-0 as a pro, I believe.
Well, hold on. He fought Mickey Gall. Fought Mickey Gall to KDL's credit.
He got worked.
Lost first round submission.
Yeah, but Mickey Gall's nasty. Like that, they gave him a real guy. Like Mickey Gall's nasty, and Mickey Gall was found by Dana White on Dana White's Looking for a Fight like YouTube series. And he was found in a regional circuit, dudes doing the damn thing, like actually like stacking up a real good record. And they fucking threw him to the wolves, like with that matchup, like holy fuck. Because Mickey Gall at the time was a brown belt, I believe, which is even already like, holy fuck, what are we doing? But Mickey Gall can scrap, dude. He's real good. And then he fought Mike Jackson, and Mike Jackson. Dude, Mickey Gall went out there and what did the kids say? He understood the assignment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mike Jackson didn't.
No, he did not, and he's
unanimous decision.
Banished. Like he's hated. He's hated
that's
so badly that Dana gave him another fight in the UFC to get fucking smacked.
Yeah, and that's why I could see people. Hey, do you think some of these fights are fixed? Because round 1 submission against Mickey Gall. Unanimous decision against Mike Jackson. I mean, Mike Jackson, like Mike Jackson's sucks. Oh yeah, but like still, bro, like he is an actual MMA fighter. I don't care. I know CM Punk 2-3 years he trained, but dude, what are you gonna do in 2 to 3 years? I mean, like
some guys just take to it a lot quicker.
Yeah, Conor McGregor, not CM Punk. Oh, this guy's fought. He's wrestled. He's fake wrestled his whole life. I mean. Anyways, good side tangent there. Let's talk about Pereira, who has a cool nickname, but he is not living up to it. I think
Michel Pereira
is Demolidor, which is like heavy machinery, whatever. But he is about to. This is what I'm gonna call. He was doing well. I mean, you beating Petrosky, he's no slouch. You beat I can never say his name. Olenksevic. That name should be illegal.
Olis Jacek.
Thank you. And you beaten some dudes. No one like the best ever. But you are on a 3-fight losing streak, my guy. Again, it's like kind of Tai Tuivasa. He's fighting some good dudes. Like I'm not. We know Dawkins is a monster. We know Magomedov is a monster. I'll give him a monster. And we definitely know Fluffy is a monster. So you're not fighting nobodies, but
everybody you're looking at lose all 3 of Dawkins is top 5.
Yeah, you can't lose all 3 of those, and you definitely can't lose in 43 seconds if you want to move up the rankings. As far as who wins this fight, either Pereira comes out and says, I've lost 3 in a row. If I lose this one, I could be cut, and he fights to win. He's as prepared as ever, or the exact opposite. He's just not as good as he once was, or the talent has passed him up, and we see him. I don't think he will get knocked out. I don't think this will be a stoppage. I think we're going to see a 3-round classic middleweight. They won't get too gassed. Good God, this computer sucks. They won't get too gassed. They'll fight a pretty entertaining fight. And I think Zach Reese pulls off a decision. Unanimous. Do you think otherwise?
We're gonna see Michelle at some point do a backflip, fucking or something crazy, jump off the fence. He's always doing crazy shit like that. But he's in Sean Strickland's camp. It might have been a fucking real revamp, like crazy good training partner he needed to. I like Michelle, but like you said, he's a little bit maybe on the outs or maybe on the decline.
Yeah. There you go. It's like one guy's going up.
Yeah.
Zach's kind of figuring it out.
I got Zach.
Like he's in his prime, and then Michelle's kind of going.
Michelle's always trying to do some entertaining shit, so he's always a fun watch. So make sure you watch it. It'll
be a great fight. If you haven't downloaded or added Paramount Plus to your repertoire of streaming services, do it. So yeah, we both agree on that. Let's move along. Jacoby Smith.
This dude's a tank.
Jacoby Smith is, excuse me?
This dude's a fucking tank.
He is. So he reminds me of someone we previewed last year who will be fighting, I want to say next week or very soon again. He fought Ethan Ewing, Wellmaker, sorry. He Wellmaker, flashy but talented, up and comer. We were pretty sure that we would, and he still has time. He's very young. He'll be like one of the next big things.
Yeah.
But I feel like Smith is so I guess my point, Smith is a more mature version of Wellmaker. That's how I look at Smith. He's a more mature version of him. He can submit you as he did in June of last year.
He was a D1 wrestler.
Yeah, very, very good wrestler. But he also, he also has that knockout ability in his debut about a year ago in the UFC. So I think he's Wellmaker, but he is a more polished, better version of it. And I think this is going to be a really, really cool fight to watch. He's just a unit. Look at the guy. That's a unit of a human being. Josiah, the muscle hamster. What's really funny is like you look at Josiah, the muscle hamster. I've always thought this was funny. Almost every guy he fights, including tonight, is more muscular than him. So whoever gave him this nickname, they might want to
short.
He is short, but I mean,
that's why they call him muscle hamster, because he's fucking shred city. He's big too. It's crazy. So this guy's on the regional circuit out here. 11-0 as a pro. He's been really making waves and running through people. I watched him suplex Melvin Gillard.
Did you?
He fought. He was the main event on one of the cards that I fought on when I got my eye cut open, and the fight was stopped on due to a cut. But I watched him grab Melvin Gillard and fucking suplex him. Like, this dude's a freak.
This is his UFC debut.
Yes, and he was already contracted to be on Dana White's Contender Series, but something happened with Smith's opponent or something, and so they gave him the call, and now he is in Houston, fucking about to make his debut in Houston on the main card, dude.
That's wild.
Come on, that's freaking. That's the dream.
Hey, we might have an early. Call me outlandish, call me crazy. We might have an early fight of the year fight right here. These guys.
I totally agree.
It's only 3 rounds, so typically, fight of the years typically are more championship 5-rounders. Typically, not always, but this has the smell of fight of the year. These guys are monsters. I mean,
dude, I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be a fucking banger. I think there's going to be scrambles of the century because Smith is a D1 wrestler. Josiah, D2, I think. Like he's a real good wrestler. But the dude's a freak. Like I've just seen his fights. I'm like, man, Jacoby's.
If you want to see something, if you guys want to chat, if you want to see something really, really, really cool, excuse me, look up Josiah Harrell's brain surgery comeback story. This guy had I don't know all the details, but I do know, I remember seeing that he had brain surgery for something. I don't remember what it is. Matter of fact.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Harrell.
But Like he's a super godly man too.
Is he?
Yeah, from my understanding, which is real cool. So I'm always rooting that on. But I'm not saying Jacoby isn't, but I got to root for my hometown hero. You know what I mean?
Is he actually from Cincinnati?
I don't know where exactly he's from, but it's in this tri-state.
He had a rare brain disease that it was diagnosed in 2023. And 3 years ago, he had a rare brain disease, underwent surgery, and is now making his UFC debut. Wow.
God is good.
I agree. And as much as I like Jacoby, and you know, if I am picking logically without my heart in it, I would probably say Jacoby. He's
a heavy favorite. So
yeah, he is. But my heart is with Josiah. I mean, just a story like that, man. Coming back from a rare.
I'm going Josiah. I think he can get it done. I don't know why. I
think a stoppage.
He's standing in front of a freak, and the UFC is not doing him any favors.
Not at all.
But he's not looking for a favor. He was looking to take that last minute phone call. Who's going to stand up? And he goes, "Fuck it, me." You know, and come on, like, let's get it.
Hi, honey. Trish says, "Is this show where I learn how to dumbbell snatch, or should I stare at the dumbbell?" All right, I should stare at the dumbbell.
You're talking about Kill Taylor?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that quick detour, but I'm sure all hundreds of our listeners have already seen it. Taylor was trying to make a. I've been coaching CrossFit for 13 years. I'm not an L3 trainer, but I've been doing it a long time, and so I've seen just about every style of coaching, every hint, every do this, do that, don't do this, all the things, right? And when he came out with that video of, hey, you know, like, look, if you're just starting off CrossFit, look at the dumbbell, get your hand-eye coordination and switching overhead. I thought, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like it's not. He made a good point when our favorite local liberal Pat Lang chimed in and said, "Oh yeah, just you're going to strain your back." There's a difference between going up and looking at it, or as Taylor said this morning, not having the flexibility to be able to get that high, and now you're arching to try to get it back. You know, so. What I told Taylor is, like, when you put something out on the internet, Instagram, social medias, I mean, people are just gonna chime in. People are gonna talk shit. People are gonna whatever. The one thing that I think Taylor is getting a little better at is not reacting emotionally. Like, just know that you're gonna put something out there. People are gonna say something stupid, and you can have a debate. We've all done it. We have a debate. Then they get really dumb. They start insulting you, and you're like, okay, never mind. I'm good. You know,
Trish, yes, technically the main card does start at 8:00, but the bell's not going to ring until 8:15.
That is correct, and we should be done by then.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole dumbbell snatch thing. I mean, if you have a beginner, quick side story, famous last words, right? I've been talking to a young lady, beautiful girl, really cool. She's training for a half marathon, so she works out, but she does a lot of running. She's got a goal to do a full, and then she's got a goal to do an ultra marathon, which is just bonkers to me. But talked her into coming and trying CrossFit today for the very first time. The very first time. She's never done it before. And so we do partner on Saturday mornings, right? The workout, 2 minutes on. So one partner works for 2 minutes while the other rests for 2 minutes for 10 total rounds. Inside the 2 minutes, oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I probably should have kept this story. We clicked at the side.
All right.
We did it again.
Go ahead.
Trish says, "Congrats, Jeremy, trying to make me jealous." I see. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I mean, I was coaching the class and she was just a new member. Is that better? So the workout in these 2 minutes, you did 8 power snatch, 8 bar facing burpees, and the rest of the 2 minute window, you rode for 2 minutes. And the very first thing I did when she got there, I asked her, "Are you sure you want to do this?" No, I did though. But I said, "You're not going to snatch during this workout. She's never snatched. This isn't class number 3 where she's actually snatched. This has never snatched before. So we're going to grab a dumbbell." And you know what I told her? I said, "You're going to do a dumbbell snatch. You'll do 16 of them, right? And you can look at it if you want, you know, because you're going to alternate in the air, or you can alternate on the ground. But if you do look at it, or at the shoulder, but if you do alternate overhead, you can look at the dumbbell just so you can see and it's not coming and clubbing you in the face. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't need to be like, well, it's overextending your neck or it's bad practice. Dude, if someone just started, and he proved it this morning because even Justin Medeiros was looking at the dumbbell as he went up.
Your mobility of your shoulder is not requiring you to do that on a single arm overhead extension.
Correct.
Where we see hyperextension of the lower back and the neck and things like that is typically on a snatch because you're on a fixed plane of the barbell. Yep. And that's really, if you got poor shoulder mobility, that's really yanking you to be like this to be able to achieve the movement.
Exactly. 100%.
And with one arm, dude, like I got terrible shoulder mobility with one arm. Like,
yeah, you're there. You're good. Yeah. And
without
having to
overextend
your ribs and everything, you're there. Right. Yeah. And that was a lot of the reason why I didn't just, the snatch, let's face it, is like the most complex movement we have, right? Yeah. So I'm like, you're just going to do, and then after the workout was done, you had 8 minutes with your partner to find a heavy snatch for the day, right? And I said, now we're going to grab a barbell. I grabbed like a 18-pound barbell. We went through the snatch and, she was getting it, not, a little bit, but then we added 10s and she was doing it. And I was like, that's as heavy as you're going to go. That's it. But yeah, again, you put something out on the internet and people are going to, there's so many trolls. There's so many people that they just want to get a rise out of you. And anyways, I don't even know how we got on that tangent, but we're both going to go with our hearts with Josiah Harrell. I think someone's going to get finished in this one, or it'll just be 3 rounds of epic level MMA. Moving along to the pathetic, ridiculous heavyweight division.
I got Spivak
right now.
That's all I got.
Say again?
I said I got Spivak. That's all I got. Let's move on.
Yeah, we can move on. The heavyweight division sucks. I hope this fight is a banger. I hope that it kind of just sends the trajectory of the heavyweight division back up. But I just I don't know. Years ago, this guy Costa Melquizel. Is that how you say it? Melquizel? How do you say his first name? I usually just call him Costa. Are you here? Oh, he left. He used to be as dark as I am, and he's got one of them. What is that? Vitiligo. He is a white man now. But let's wait till he comes back. Oh my dream girl's talking to me again. So Trish says, to be fair, that group has been trolling and talking shit for years. Need to get thicker skin. Ooh, that's good. I agree that I definitely agree with your sentiments that we all need to get thicker skin. Also, we all need to learn the old adage of creating space.
The fuck is she talking about?
Talking about like the Taylor crew and the, all the media attention out there in the CrossFit space. There's a couple things. Yeah, there's a lot of people I can think of, maybe even including myself at times, who need thicker skin. We also need to learn how to create space and not respond emotionally all the time. It's hard. It's a hard ask to say you should never respond emotionally. That's impossible. People are going to do it. It's just how it goes, man. You're going to be cruising along one day, feeling good. Someone's going to cut you off in traffic, and you'll be like, that's just the nature of the beast, no matter how patient you are. But like, people need to figure that out. Like, I cannot emotionally respond to everything all the time. We also have to understand, though, Trish, that if you look at every major sport out there, and these CrossFit athletes want to be a major sport, people are talking mad shit all the time. And some of it is horrible, quote unquote, horrible, right? Some of it is
the biggest fans in
Taylor
the NFL
versus Tyler versus JY versus Be Friendly. Yeah.
The biggest fans in the NFL, the MLB and MLS and all that. Is it MLS? What's the fucking soccer shit?
Mm-hmm. You got it. MLG.
All that shit. Hey, dude, those teams' biggest fans hate them more than their
Oh,
adversaries.
man. It's crazy.
They hate their own blood, their own, there are like in Cincinnati too, you should know, Germ, like, hey, like I think these are the most, besides like Philadelphia,
Philly's
like
horrible.
these guys out here, I don't know if they hate their team more than they love them. Or I don't know if they love their team more than they hate them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they hate them
sure.
so much. They're so frustrated all the time.
I've heard that about
so much shit.
Yeah.
Like crazy shit.
I believe that.
Like T. Higgins drops a pass. He's like one of the best receivers ever. Like, and it's like he's garbage scum.
Right. Cut him. Piece of shit. Yeah. All the things.
And it's just like, oh my God, dude. Like,
it's hardcore.
And I think it feels so much more intimate in the CrossFit community because it is. It's so much smaller.
Yeah, we're so niche and we're built on community, right? And so that's the thing is like if we're built on community, but you want to be a major sport or you want to be a bigger sport. I mean, we'll never be NFL or whatever. You want to be a bigger sport. You got to understand that you're going to have clashes, media clashes, fan clashes. People aren't going to get along. And you just got to roll with it. That's the nature of the biz, man. Get thicker skin, to Trisha's point, but also realize that that's just how it goes, man. There's shows on ESPN that air all day. Dudes are just yelling at each other, man. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, or actually, what was it? Skip Bayless and Stephen A. for a long time, right? Those yelling at each other. But at the end of the day, those two dudes probably go out and get a beer together. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really hate each other, but like.
Or they'll get a beer with the dudes they're critical of.
Yeah, right. That comes with having thicker skin because we can fight. We can yell at each other. We can maybe even insult each other. But at the end of the day, we're like, you know what? Whatever. We're both trying to drive the sport forward. Let's go get a beer afterwards. Let's just chill out, whatever. And that's why I still love Pat. Like we can get on Glinton's on Tuesday nights and yell at each other, but like, we still chat offline. Like it's all good. I don't actually hate you or anything like that. I vehemently disagree on some things, but like I don't hate you. But these people, they get so on both sides, on every side, they get way too caught up in they take everything personally, and you can't say that. That's too mean. But I can say something along those lines, but just in a different way, and that's fine that I do it. Or I police what is wrong and what is right and words that can be said and can't be. Stop, flow with it, say your piece, know you're going to get insulted, you're going to get disagreed with, and just move on. Just carry on. That's life.
Speaking of that, let's move on.
We got what I think is going to be a very good fight. Oh, sorry. So Costa's last fight, this guy used to be as dark as me, right?
Yeah, he's got alopecia. Is that what it is?
Alopecia
is where you lose your hair. Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. Right? The Dalmatian. How do you say his first name? Let me go back once here. How do you say his first name?
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say his first name.
Me neither. I don't even know what they call him. Just Costa. Melquizel? Right?
I think we need
someone in the chat help us out. How do you say his name? Anyways, the Dalmatian. If you watched his last fight, wow, he's more of a decision. He's a very talented guy, but he's very well known for Melquizel. He's very well known for longer, scrappier fights. His last fight, he caught Charret in a who's really no slouch in his own sense. He caught him with a head kick from hell. Oh my God! And it was quick, as you see, 1:14, just boom. And I'm like, oh my God! That was at the Apex Center back in December, and that was nasty. And I think it showed a different side of Costa. Of he can be violent. He can end you. Because up to that point, it's not that he hasn't ended anybody. Submission. He's been TKO'd his debut, or not his debut, but one of his first fights, he was TKO'd. He's finished a couple guys via submission. And then he got into the realm of I'm going to outlast you, which fine, whatever, you know. But he showed that he can end you, and violently. On the other hand, one of my favorite, absolute favorite, I'm going to break this computer when we're done. Remind me to do that. One of my favorite featherweights is Dan Ige.
Yeah, I got Dan.
I love this guy. His record, not the best.
It's salty.
His ability to bring it, even as recently as a year and a half ago against a guy who just fought twice. Man, I hate Lopez's face. It just looks so weird. That haircut and mustache they drive me crazy. But he brought it. That guy fought for the belt twice recently. He's fought Bryson Mitchell, who is crazy. He's beaten Landwehr. A lot of guys who they're a level above the gatekeepers. You know, he lost a unanimous decision to. I mean, like he's a gamer. He's gonna bring it. I like Costa's trajectory, but he's coming up against a seasoned veteran and a guy who he brings it like a mother. So I think you said you got Ige. I'm going to have to agree with you. I just have to say it in a longer way. Do you think it's a stoppage? Do you think it's a 3-round banger? I think it's a 3-round banger.
I think it's a 3-round banger. And I don't know, man. I think Ige is
like our sex life. 3-round bangers, you know. I
think Ige is gonna get the. What'd you say?
It's like our sex life is 3 pump bangers. In and out.
I think Ige will get the stoppage.
Oh, okay. You're calling stoppage. Okay. I'm gonna say Ige by unanimous decision, but I would not be surprised if this one was stopped. Moving along, we got my homeboy Jeff Neal. I'm just kidding. He's not my homeboy. Hands of Steel, Jeff Neal. I think that's one of the coolest nicknames in the history of the UFC.
I got Jeff.
You got Jeff?
Yeah, I got Jeff Neal by knockout.
Prates is going to fight for a belt this year. That's a good loss. Dos Anjos is a former champ, so he beat him. Machado Gary will also possibly be fighting for a belt this year, maybe even earlier than Prates. And it's a split decision loss there.
Got strangled by Rachmanov.
Rachmanov is just, if he can stay healthy and actually fight, he is a monster. He's just got to stay healthy. So he's Jeff Neal.
He's fought a lot of high level people.
The problem I see with Jeff Neal is he's kind of a dork. Like, he doesn't be dumb to say he doesn't want to fight, but he just, like, it seems like he's got a plan B. And a lot of these guys fight with no plan B. And he kind of fights with a plan B, a way, like, if this doesn't work out, I mean, he's even talking, if this doesn't work out, I'll just go back to my server job or some crap. Like, he was a server or something. I don't know. Like, he
worked at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, he just seems like I don't know. Like, I feel like he could be one of the great ones.
Which I don't think you work at Texas Roadhouse and you have that thought process.
Right. Who the hell wants to go back to?
I don't think. I think you're off on that. You know.
Yeah.
He might have had a display or two, maybe that you're thinking of where shit got hard and I don't like. It's hard to say because you maybe in a particular fight unless you've been in a few fights, you don't know until you know, like, oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a way out of this shit other than by taking a nap. Like, sometimes you're just bested. Like, you're just like, fuck, nothing's working.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that makes it like that makes him a quitter. I'm not saying that he's finding a way out. I guess you can say that it kind of is what it is. So
it just kind of,
it's not something that is like of his mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want to ever accuse a guy that's gotten in there with Dos Anjos, that's gotten in there with Prates, that's gotten in there with the best in the world of being like a quitter or anything. But I just look at him as like, does he really want it? Does he really want it? Because I feel like if he really wants it, he's the guy in that division. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, obviously, we just said Gary, Prates. Like, he's one of the guys in that division that could go get it.
I just had a thought.
Say it again.
When you said, does he really want it? The thought that rings through my head is he's realizing he can't get it. So he's got to separate himself. If that's the case, he's got to separate because he's been bested by some of the top in the world. And they've made it clear, they made it real clear. They were better.
Yeah.
And those guys weren't the best in the world, but they're close to it.
Yeah.
And so he's got to be thinking like, what the fuck? Like, I'm never going to beat these guys at the top. And so maybe there's this thought, as long as he can separate himself from going, okay, I'm never going to be at the top. I'm never going to be top 5 or a champion. But like, fuck, if I could get in there and just for the love of the game, bang and try to win every fight I possibly can, you know, I think it's when you start getting beat up, but when you're close in contention for that top 5 to get into title contention and you start really getting worked, you're realizing like in real time, like, oh, yeah, there's levels to this shit.
And that's a mental mind fuck.
Yeah. If he can get over that, obviously that's all my conjecture, but like,
yeah.
If he can get over that and that's not in the way and he's content with being top 10, just chilling, being a gatekeeper, he's gonna have a good career. Yeah,
for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, the UFC did him a favor. I don't want to take anything away from Medic. But I personally don't think he is ready for someone the caliber of Jeff Neal.
I don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
They're feeding Jeff Neal like a win. They're like, we need you to get crack because he's 12th right now in the rankings. We need you to get back in the top 10 here. We need you to do it quick. So here is a treat for you. I don't see. I haven't. What you just said kind of sums it up. We haven't seen much out of Medic. He's going to be your UFC Fight Night guy. I'm surprised he's on this card because beating the likes of Salikov.
Yeah, he beat Salikov. That's good.
Salikov is not that good. Urbina might have been one of Urbina's, first fights in the UFC. So yeah, you beat him in a minute 3, but just before that, you lost in 30 seconds. So
he won by TKO against Salikov. Salikov is a fucking kickboxer.
Yeah, but Salikov is he's not even a gatekeeper, man. Salikov he's not that good. I don't know how to say it. Like, he would kick my ass again. Let's preface this by that. But like, relatively speaking, in the UFC, he's not that good. So yeah, you knocked him out, a kickboxer. I'll give you credit for that. But I mean, 2-fight win streak, but he's getting fed to the wolves. And I think Jeff Neal is going to, if he wants it, is going to feast.
I got Jeff by knockout, so I mean,
for sure. So that, oh God, I'm just going to break it. I'm going to break it. So that leads us to the main event of the evening, which I also think is going to be at the end of the year. When we're looking back and we're reviewing the year, we're going to see potentially this as a top 10 fight of the year. Because Fluffy is relentless. Start with Fluffy, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. He is he's your relentless pace. Come at you, suffocate you. He tapped out Kopylov. I actually just rewatched that today. He tapped out Kopylov. Took him forever. I give Kopylov credit, man.
Kopylov is nasty, dude.
He is. But it took him like minutes to rear naked choke him out. But he is relentless pace, great wrestler, great grappler. Hasn't lost in 8 fights. You have to go back 9 fights ago to see him lose, and that was against Kevin Holland, who's at that time especially too. That's 6 years ago, and Kevin Holland is no joke. Was no joke, and still is legit. right? Kevin Holland is a beast. Kevin Holland is fighting. Who's he fighting? It's gonna be a great fight. Oh my God, his name's right on the tip of the tongue.
Capoeira.
Is it?
No, KDL said capoeira. It's like a Brazilian kickboxing style.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, Kevin Holland will be fighting someone who is a very similar fighter to him. His name escapes me right now. I apologize.
I think capoeira is actually a dance in Portuguese.
Dude, you're too white to be making those presumptions. Dude.
Yeah, sorry.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
It's a lot of wheel kicks and, real fancy, flashy stuff. So I think it's
Randy Brown. That's who he's fighting. Kevin Holland will be fighting Randy Brown coming up soon. That's going to be awesome.
Surprised they didn't put him on the H-Town card.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you're talking 8 fights. He has lost in 8 fights. And the last one was against a very, very seasoned, good fighter. And along the way, he has just wreaked havoc. A unanimous decision for sure, but submission, TKO, submission, TKO. So he just pressures you until you want to quit. And then in the 4th round against Dalidze, he submitted him. So like this kid is no joke. He's still relatively young. How old is he? 30? He's 30 years old. Is that what I saw? Or am I way off here? 32. So he's 32 years old. He's still young. He's rising. However, a Sean Strickland problem. Now, love him or hate him. Love or hate Sean Strickland. And maybe I'll pull up some of the things he's said recently. He's coming off a suspension. But he has held gold. He has held gold in the middleweight division. This guy is a problem. He is a problem. He is a great striker. Now, I think this is a nightmare matchup for Strickland. So I'm getting
really.
I think it's a nightmare matchup because the level of grappling and pressure. Now, Strickland puts on an amazing amount of pressure himself, so I can't take that at all. I'm not going to say like he gasses out and Hernandez is going to, but Hernandez is like he's like the top tier of pressuring people, whether it is striking or trying to grapple you and take you down. Like he just never stops. So I think it's stylistically not the greatest matchup for Sean Strickland, but I think when you've touched gold and you fought the guy who was the champ twice in the last 2 years, you've beaten Adesanya, you've beaten Magomedov, you've beaten Imavov, unbelievable fighters. You lost to Cannonier, who's a monster. You got TKO'd by Pereira, who hasn't. You beat him. I mean, this guy has experience that Hernandez has, but
Strickland's close.
Fighting. He's fighting the best of the best, whereas Hernandez is fighting good fighters, and he's beating good fighters. 8 fights in a row. He's beating good guys. Strickland is either beating or losing to the best of the best. And when you fight a guy like that, it's wow. I would say Kenneth DeLapp says Strickland is the Charlie Kirk of the UFC. I would say Strickland is the Charlie Kirk of the UFC of the UFC if he talked like Nick Fuentes. Because Charlie Kirk wasn't inflammatory. Charlie Kirk spoke the truth, but he wasn't.
I think he's being facetious.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Saying that Charlie Kirk's like real eloquent and all that, and obviously the antithesis is Strickland.
Yeah. So if like Sean Strickland just kind of gets off on saying the most, like one of his recent things, he was saying he's more Mexican than Hernandez because Hernandez just wants to take everybody down and wrestle him, whereas I want to actually strike with them, and Mexicans are known for striking and blah 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 blah.
They're known
real quick before we forget to talk about.
He's right.
Hold on. Speaking of Mexicans, praise God, Cain Velasquez is out of prison.
Yeah.
That I cannot, I know you say the same thing, cannot emphasize how awesome that is. I know we have laws in this country and you can and can't do certain things. And I know, driving after someone and shooting at them and all that. And
can't do
that might land you some time, but like we all know he did the right thing. Because if your kid is being fondled or molested by somebody, that person, they need to face some justice. So Cain did what he had to do, probably knowing full well that it might get him in some trouble. It did. But after a year and some change, a year and some change, Cain Velasquez is a free man. He's free to come back home. And I really hope the UFC, and I think they will, they'll embrace him back, not as a fighter, but as a commentator, maybe get him on a broadcast and let him talk, because that is, he to me is an American hero. I mean, he's an American.
It wasn't a year and change. It was like 3 or more. He got time served because of the trial.
Sure, that's what it was. So he was actually in prison for.
And the judge that he originally had was trying to throw the book at him and trying to lock him up for 10 years and shit like that. Like, she was a royal cunt. But typical fucking, California fucking stupid ass judge, man.
You want to hear something funny about California? Another side tangent, and then we'll come back to Strickland.
Well, hold on, let me finish this.
Oh, go ahead.
He got so he got time served, and then he got his sentence, and his sentence was like a year. You know what I mean, or whatever it was, right. and so he's finally out. But they appealed the judge that they had, and then got another judge. Mm-hmm. And this judge looked at the case and was like, "This is closed book. I don't even know why there's questions." Basically, and was like, "Yeah, dude, like I have to give you time for chasing down a vehicle at high speeds and shooting at them." Like, that's something I can't avoid. But everything else, I'm going to just take it in consideration, everything else that happened, which is what a judge is supposed to do. They can read the law in black and white, and then they can apply what the story is to that black and white, and then make what the fuck am I trying to think of? Make a ruling. And
ruling, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so they make a ruling based on that. And like, that's because they're supposed to know the law better than anybody and understand the situation that's being presented to them. So he did that. And then he was like, I'm going to make this the most minimal sentence I possibly can. I'm going to take time served in account. And I'm going to also say, like, what's like the minimum state laws for discharge, like negligent discharge of a firearm in city limits, and then like what's a traffic violation, like chasing somebody, So he like stripped it down to the most minimal shit he could give him, just because he's like, hey, I can't avoid that. Like you just can't do that, right? Legit. But like I get it, and I want you out as soon as possible. Yeah, and so God bless that judge and upholding the law, and that's why we have the justice system. When it works correctly, that's how it should work. Cain did not do anything that was like legal, but you can't blame him, and the law doesn't look to to side on that. But that's why we have judges, and so when the justice system works well, it weighs everything accordingly. That's why it's the blindfold around the scale, the woman.
Yeah. Depends on that, for sure.
Yeah, and so good on that. Good on that judge. I'm happy for Cain and everything. And the only thing I ever wished was like, Cain, I wish you just would have freaking put your hands on him rather than shoot at him.
Yeah.
And Cain, but think of it, Cain would have ripped his head off. And now Cain's doing life.
Oh, Dylan freeze.
Oh, did I freeze?
Oh, I don't know. Was it you or me, Chad?
You're freezing.
Was it Dylan or Jim?
You frozen.
I'm freezing
a couple of times. But
good now?
You're good now, yeah. But yeah, so like I was wishing, like, I wish he wouldn't have shot at him. I wish he would have gotten his hands on him, because he would have just beat the living shit. That dude would have no longer existed. Like he would have been.
Do we think that dude
in hands?
Do you think he's got his shit put in yet?
Huh?
Pushed in? Do you think that dude's had his shit pushed in yet?
The
guy that he was chasing.
Yeah, I don't think he served any time.
You don't have to serve time to get your shit pushed in.
Oh, well, hey, here's the thing.
Word gets out.
I think Kane knows people. And not that Kane's pulling the order. I think like the order can be done. You know what I mean? And
I bet he got his shit pushed in multiple times. He might still be getting it pushed in.
I don't know.
You mess with a man's child. Ooh, someone like Kane it's game over.
So Kane could have beat him into a pulp, quite literally, ripped his head off if he wanted to. So I was like, dang, I wish you could have got your hands on him. But at the same time, it's a good thing he shot at him, because instead of doing life for murdering this guy, he shot at him, and then he got a real good judge.
Yep.
And justice was served, and he only did a year. He's back with his family.
Yep.
Who, by the way, his kid needed him most. Didn't need him to be locked and incarcerated. You know,
I imagine the judge probably took that into account too, man. Like,
for sure,
kids need you. To your point about California, I was there on work for a work trip all week. Got up yesterday at 3:30 a.m. to catch the flight back at 6 a.m. from San Diego to Milwaukee. That was not fun, but while we were there, so what I do, my job is I work for a battle company, and I sell laser tag guns, laser tag equipment, the best in the world. Laser tag equipment. I sell things you would see in an Urban Air or Flat Sky Zone, kid places. Anyways, we had this American Camp Association in San Diego, California. And I had shut up, Kenneth, you bastard. And we're gonna get to that question in a second here, but kind of shut up. He says laser tag. Is that how I say it?
Michael Jackson was at Daytona 500.
Michael Jordan, baby. Laser tag. But so it's like easy. It's barely even a job, man. Like, I'm selling people entertainment. We just got to figure out, if you can afford it or not. But it's mostly like family entertainment center. So, we're not just really dealing with any old Joe Schmo. Anyways, we're there, right? And our guns look like guns, and they can make over 3,000 different sounds. So we actually had it set up where one sounded like do, 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 do. Then we had one next to it sounded like Star Wars, just like pew pew pew. Anyways, we are in development of a product called the Nova, and it's like a Tron circle, but it's a gun. So it's got a trigger, makes all the noises, but people in California don't like, wouldn't you know it? They don't like guns. Not all people in California. The liberals of California don't like guns. And I cannot tell you how many times throughout that 2.5-day conference, people walk by and just like that side eye, or like, oh my God. And you can hear them. I can't believe they're here. Why are they here? I'm like, dude, you know how many people in your state? Your state leads the country based on sheer population in gun owners. Everyone has a gun.
2 mass shootings very recently.
Yeah. Like, everybody has a gun. This country was founded on people that use guns. Guns protect people. Guns are a part of everyday life. Police officers carry guns around. And because our laser tag guns look like guns, and we're in California, we're getting all these. I'll tell you what was very surprising, though. 2 people. One was a transgender man who smelled horrible and was like 2 feet away from my face asking me about the guns. He was very interested about the guns. I don't know if it was our guns or my gun that he was interested in, but he was asking. I was very surprised. And he was local to California. Long hair, just like, hey, oh my God, your guns. And then a nun. I am not kidding you. A nun. She's like, I run this camp in somewhere or another. And she just like grabbed our guns and just started reloading, like just all about it. I was like, nuns with guns, huh? Like, that's crazy. So it was very surprising. Like, you have these people who are so anti-gun, they scoff at us. I can't believe we're there. And then nuns with guns and transgenders with guns. It was unbelievable. Kenneth says, I'm not sure they were side-eyeing the guns. They're side-eyeing these guns, Kenneth. Oh, let's get us back on track here, Dill. The event just started 4 minutes ago, but again, the first fight won't start for a little bit. So Strickland, experience, but not just experience against the best. Fluffy Hernandez, experience against good fighters, but not former champions, not the caliber of Sean's experience. So I think, while I think it's a kind of a matchup nightmare for Sean, just because Fluffy's style, I still think Sean pulls out a 5-round victory. What say you?
I concur.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go with Fluffy. I really did.
No. And I think that Sean is going to show that Fluffy in his ground game is not going to be so effective. So I think that because of Sean's style, everybody sleeps on him and what he can do with negating takedowns and his wrestling scrambles and his jiu-jitsu as well. Like, I think it's going to be nullified. Like, Fluffy's great. He's really fucking high level for sure. But I think Sean's going to be able to nullify it, especially because he's got the gas tank to engage in all that, like all the scrambles and the real, like really, like your heart gets up to 200 beats a minute when you're scrambling in a wrestling situation and whatnot. Like Sean's not bothered by that, and he doesn't slow down. So I think he's going to be able to stop the takedowns. He's probably going to get tripped a couple of times and get taken down, but he's probably going to pop right back up. That's what I'm going to assume, and it's going to be mostly a lot of a sloppy striking battle, and it's going to be a lot of front kicks from Sean. But ultimately, Sean wins by decision.
Very well said. Hot damn. So yeah, we agree. We definitely agree. Speaking of hot damn, we're gonna finish up with just a couple little stories here for you guys. Am I still on? Yeah, I am. Man, she is.
Jody Lynn.
I'm not kidding you. She actually just DM'd me. Jody Lynn. Why is it you pressing it?
You froze again.
Hello, boys. Uh-oh.
You're back.
KDL says, make the guns, make the sound. Oh, yeah, dude, you literally can. We had girls from a camp in Vegas where we'll actually be next week at another trade show, or next month. They were like, we can't, like, our camp is for kids that have been abused or like seen their parents shot or seen other people shot or whatever. So we can't like have the guns sound like guns, but we still want your product, probably that Nova system. But could you make them sound like ducks? Can you make them quack? We're like, yes, you literally can program into the gun when you pull that trigger to be like quack, quack, quack. I'm like, I don't know how long you can bear that noise, but you absolutely can, dude. It's any sound you can think of, we can make it happen. I'm still trying to make it happen between Gina. I'm sliding in her DMs as we speak. She is the most beautiful woman that's ever lived. Like there's just no questioning that. But her and Ronda Rousey on Netflix. What do you think about my statement? Because I know you got your Paige Van Zandt boner going, and she's hot. But when I say Gina Carano is the hottest woman that's ever lived, what say you? Give me something.
Gina's very beautiful.
That's it. That's it. That's all I get. Gina's very beautiful. Is your wife standing next to you or something? What's going on?
No. Just she's very beautiful.
Wow, you're very beautiful. They're fighting.
This is live on the internet, by the way. Like, it doesn't matter if my wife is standing next to me. We'll hear it one way or another. For one. But two, no, I don't like to be like openly like, nor does my wife care. She doesn't like, she'll be like, yeah, chick's hot. Like, I'm not a fan of like
women. I get it, dude. Besides your wife, I get it. I totally get it.
I'm just not a fan of like like this public display of groveling over like women's looks when I'm a married man.
Yeah, I get that.
I can understand they're pretty. I understand when someone's hot. I get it.
Sure,
my wife gets it. It's all good. I just don't want to be disrespectful to my wife.
Dude, I actually like. I salute you. That's awesome. That is really cool. Luckily, I'm not married anymore, or no, I'm seeing somebody, but we're not dating, so I can do that. So I'll be the guy that does it. But if I was married, I would. When I was married, I'd be like, yeah, they look okay or whatever. They're hot, but like, anyways. So sorry for putting you in that position, man.
No, you're not putting me in any kind of position. I'm a grown man. I can answer how I choose. You know what I mean? You're not making it weird, and my wife's not weird like that. Like she's not cracking the whip. She's like I tell you, she will say the same thing, but it's just my personal preference.
Trish really cracks the whip on me. Let me tell you, it gets wild. Anyways, I respect your answer so much. They're fighting May 16th. It's gonna be on net. I'm pretty sure it's freaking Logan douchebag Paul's promotion. So that is gonna be cool. Let's watch a promo. The promo.
Careful with this. Every 6 seconds.
It's only 17 seconds.
I know. I just don't want. To be taken
down. Dude, are you excited?
No.
What do you mean? What does this mean? Mother of the show. May, come on, Jeremy. What is that supposed to mean? You're not excited for this?
Mm-mm.
Let me say this: is Ronda ready to fight? Whoa. I'm more questioning if Gina is ready to fight. Ronda's fought a hell of a lot more recently at a higher level too. Because back when Gina fought back in 2007, 2008, the caliber of female fighting wasn't that good. Gina's 43, Ronda's 39. Not a big age difference or whatever. Outside of looks and stuff like that, I know I got all caught up on how they look or whatever, but I am more, all that being said, I am more worried about Ronda because Gina's a bigger girl and she would have given Ronda problems back in the day if Ronda fought around the time she did.
Really? I don't think so.
I think so. I mean, Ronda never figured out like head movement. That's why she got destroyed at the end of her career, especially by the woman that destroyed her and took her belt.
By Holly Holm.
Holly Holm. That was amazing. That was a kick. Her like she just doesn't move her head. And Gina, do I think it's going to be the most competitive fight we've ever seen? No. Am I excited for it? I am, because we get to watch legendary female fighters that, you know, love them or hate them, everyone respects, you know, different eras too. Like I said, Gina was around a decade before Ronda popped on the scene. So I am excited for it. I heard the co-main event, and I pray this doesn't happen, is Royce Gracie versus what was it? It was UFC 2. What is his name? He's a big old dude that had like the tribal tattoos. They fought before at UFC 2. Anyways, I heard that's going to be the co-main event, and I'm stop it. Please don't make the co-main event. Actually put some decent fighters on this card. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see two legends kind of go at it and entertain us. I think it'll be entertaining, and I personally think that Gina wins that fight. You're not impressed. Yeah, Ronda. Whoa. Ronda was unstoppable until people figured her out and said, "Hey, guess what? You are not unstoppable." Would you want, Kenneth DeLapp asked, would you want to watch Froning versus Frazier in 2026? Hell yes.
I think Froning and Frazier's a bit different because there's like Froning and Frazier could both still be very highly competitive in the open, you know?
Well, yes. I thought you were going to go the angle of Froning is still very, very fit, clearly. I mean, just look at the open performance last year. Like, he's still very fit, whereas Matt Frazier, I don't think is training nearly as much. I could be totally wrong on that, but I don't think
Matt Frazier, but I think he can, like, I think it would still be very high level.
Competitive if they went head to head.
Yeah. Because Frazier,
you just don't see Frazier. Like, I don't know. Like, Froning is right there, and we see how fit he still is. Frazier, do you do CrossFit anymore? Like, I have no idea. So it's easy for me to say I think Froning would beat the crap out of Frazier. However,
I think Froning crushes Frazier in a regional setting, but not in the open. Like, I think it'd be very competitive.
Interesting. But to Kenneth's question, I think it would be worth watching. It would be worth watching. I mean, you're talking about legends. It's different, if it's like guys that were kind of good and they're gonna try to fight it. But these were legends, man. Yeah, this is a good example.
Yeah,
that Bridges versus Khalipa is definitely a better example. I as a diehard fan of CrossFit for 14 years, I would love to watch that. Most people wouldn't. But Gina was in the limelight and is still a beautiful woman and can fight. Ronda, she went and transcended UFC, went over to WWE, and now is coming back to at least for one more fight. They were legends, and UFC to CrossFit. UFC is so much more popular, right? So I get what you're asking, Kenneth. I think it's a great question. But there's just something about this fight that I'm more excited about this than I was for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
For sure.
I'm more excited about this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm already sad because you're not talking about workouts. We're talking about people getting punched in the head, and it feels a little bit like Kimbo versus Dada or Chuck versus Tito 3. Like, it just is going to be like a lot slower movement, and how do I say this as respectfully as possible? A bit of an amateur level fight.
Okay.
And I say I'm sad because of that, because I'm like watching these two women who are well past their prime and well into their retirement. The movement and the fight is going to be it's going to be a lot slower. It's not going to be a display of like these super athletes that they once were. Right. And they're going to be punching each other as well. And yeah, I am a bit concerned for Ronda, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I guess I just am like, I hope it turns into a grappling match. We'll say that.
For sure. I think it will too. I think it will. Yeah. They're not as talented. The striking is going to wear them out a little bit too much. And I don't think either girl really wants to get knocked out at this point of their life. So yeah, I hope it's very entertaining. I would love for a knockout, but yeah, they'll probably just grapple. I wanted to end with this story. I don't know can you hear me? Yeah. Let's see. We got the PFL to go head to head with UFC 327 with Sergio Pettis as a headliner. So in 2 months? A month or two? Yeah, 2 months on April 11th, UFC 327 is happening. But at the same time, we have my boy, my Milwaukee native, the younger brother of Anthony Pettis, Sergio Pettis. I've been able to meet both of these guys a lot of times, and I will tell you they are both good dudes, at least from the times I've met them. But Sergio Pettis is a monster. He's a monster of a
very bad dude.
He's good. And he fights in the PFL the same night at UFC 327. Normally, PFL, Bellator, Strikeforce, all these other promotions, they would go on like a Friday or even a Sunday night. and they never wanted to go head to head with the UFC. Like, well, you'd be foolish to do that. It was like back in the day when WCW decided to go against WWF, and it worked for a little while, and then it fell on its face horribly.
That's also because WCW wasn't pay-per-view.
They did. They had pay-per-view back in the day. Starrcade and some other pay-per-views. Maybe not as many, but just even like,
what am I thinking of? What was on Spike? Strike Force?
Yes, Strike Force was on Spike for a minute. But like WCW, Monday Night Raw. But then all of a sudden WCW came out and they had what was WW's? Anyways, they had their own version of Raw, and it did well for a little while.
I'm sorry. You're saying a fucking wrestling acronym, and I'm getting that confused with the WEC.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or World Series of Fighting.
Yeah, I know what you're saying for sure. Monday Nitro, thank you, KDL. I knew someone was going to know. Monday Nitro, and Monday Nitro did Bash at the Beach, Starrcade. They did all the things. They did well for a little bit, but eventually, because they were the rebels, man. They had Sting, they had guys from WWF go over to them, and Hulk Hogan. And
I was gonna say, wasn't Hogan like the main guy at WCW?
He came in as the good guy, the good Hulk Hogan, and then he went black. Literally, he went bad and joined NWO and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and they like people. I loved that back then. I was like, oh my god, I was a teenager at that, the late teenager, and I'm like, this is cool, But then WWF did their thing, and they're like, yep, not anymore, enjoy it while it lasts, and then WWF crushed them and then absorbed them. I don't think it's a good idea for the professional fighting league who they have some good fighters. Don't get me wrong. They have Sergio Pettis, they have Dalton Rasta, and the list goes on. They have some great fighters. Don't get me wrong, but they're not UFC. No one is UFC. No one ever will be UFC. And to try to contend head to head seems like a foolish move. It seems like they're trying to be the WCW to the WWF, and I don't see it working. I mean, let me ask you: do you have any plans to try to watch PFL over the UFC 327? I mean, like,
no.
Most fans of MMA are 80% of them. You might be lucky to pull 20% away. But
the PFL is the WFP to CrossFit.
Yeah, golly, oh man,
and this you need to stop
what you guys
with the fucking with the biggest thing out there and start figuring out how to work with them.
Yes, and Kenneth XFL tried and failed twice. They tried it 2 times.
And wasn't that your boy too?
That was The Rock.
Wasn't XFL your boy from the WWE?
At first, it was Vince McMahon.
Yeah, McMahon.
First time around, maybe both times for Vince McMahon. I don't know, but I thought The Rock tried to spearhead the second time. Anyways, they tried, and at first, it was okay, and then people were like, "Yeah, never mind." So to your point, I love what you said. WFP. I don't even want to get started on that, but learn to work with PFL. Learn to work with UFC. They're too big, man. They're too big.
And you need to work with the rightful trailblazer.
Yeah.
Or hey, if you're gonna compete with them, be like, nah, like double down and be like, hey, we're competitors. Like we're gonna put on the bigger, better shows and really fucking double down.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
By going head to head with Sergio Pettis as your headliner. So UFC fans like Sergio too. Like I love Sergio. You love Sergio. Like, he's great.
Sergio's amazing.
But that's your headliner. What is UFC 327? Is that no? So that'll be
especially now that UFC is not a pay-per-view platform. I am not going to pay money to watch the PFL.
Oh, right. Yeah, 100%. That's a very good point. UFC and here's the thing: UFC 327 is going to have a championship bout of Joshua Van versus Tiara. I don't know why anyways, it's gonna have Dominic Reyes, Johnny Walker. It's gonna have Tatiana Suarez. It's gonna have a lot of good fights. Paulo Costa is finally gonna come back and fight somebody. Cub Swanson, who's been around forever, is gonna fight somebody. That's the one where Kevin and Holland and Randy Brown. Oh my God, yeah, those two are the first of the main card. Kyle Dawkins, Vincente Luque. You telling me you're gonna go over to PFL to watch that over this? I mean, PFL. I don't know what you guys are doing. It's clear what you're trying to do, but
hey, a lot of this too, like they're booking huge venues, and these venues are booked every weekend for the entire year. It might just be a spot that they were scheduled on, because obviously they're in different venues, and the UFC has way more leverage and power on scheduling on when and where they can do things. The PFL, not so much, but either way, both of these people, they're booking massive stadium or auditorium or arenas to hold these fights in.
You sound like you're defending the WFP because that's what they said. Oh, well, we have these arenas and we have the, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just saying the booking in advance, you don't know that the UFC has something booked that date that's like a huge card or anything like that. You're just going like, okay, like we booked this 6 months out, and so then they find out, oh fuck, the UFC just announced their fight card 327 is going to be on the same weekend, same time. Like we're going to get crushed. Like this probably on the business side of things, they're probably scrambling. They're probably like trying to figure out how do we promote this fucking thing.
Dude, that's a great, maybe even devil's advocate to this whole situation, because everything I've seen and read is that they are directly trying to compete. Like they're not even.
I doubt it. It'd be foolish.
You're right. Kenneth says if that's the one at the White House, they are crazy. That is not. That one's June 14th. And if you look at, I don't know, Kenneth, if you're on Instagram, but if you look at our story that we shared on the Rear Naked Takes page, that one looks like, am I reading this correctly? That was Pereira versus Gan.
Yeah.
Is that the one for the White House slated? Yeah. Because I've also seen that one might be in May instead of June, but
White House.
That could have just
Paramount posted it.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like Cyril Gahn, many people are upset. Well, he poked a guy in the eye. That's, blah, blah. Hey, man, like, yeah, he did. He didn't intentionally do it. He wasn't maliciously doing it. He errantly put his finger out there and got Tom Aspinall in the eye, and Tom's had to have surgeries, and, well, he's going to be out for a while, so the show's got to move on. So I think Pereira versus Cyril Gahn is a great fight for a heavyweight.
I think it is too.
Oh, my God. Just think of
it. It was the first time. It was the first time that I looked at both of those fuckers and I went, "Fuck, Alex is small."
Yeah,
he is gone, dude. Comparatively, it's like, oh goodness, like he's got butt cheeks. Yeah, he's got butt cheeks as titties, like Don does. Like he's fucking huge.
Butt cheek titties. I've never heard that before, but yes, he is thick with all the C's. So it'll be interesting. I think that's a great matchup, and if that is the main event, cool. I think so. What we'll do is we'll end there, but what we're gonna do is review this one on Monday, I think probably Monday. And maybe we'll start. I was gonna throw it into this one, but we had so many other things to talk about. We'll start looking at upcoming fights that we're excited about, but the White House cards that the rumors that we're starting to see. And heck, maybe by Monday we'll even have a couple more fights, because I also heard Colby Covington and Bo Nickel. I heard McGregor and Nate Diaz, number 3. I also heard Nick Diaz is making a comeback, and the brothers aren't getting along right now. But there's a lot that's going on, not just with the White House card, but in MMA in general. So maybe we'll talk about some White House rumors on Monday, or when we preview the BMF card next Saturday. So yeah, do you have anything you want to wrap up with? Anything?
Shout out to Paramount Plus for bringing back the this like crazy high production fight promo. that they did with Cyril Gahn and Pereira. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's freaking badass. This was always a thing. Like one of the most infamous was McGregor and Aldo.
Yeah.
And they're snippets of each other, you know, one like McGregor's training or fight, knocking somebody out, and Aldo's doing the thing, and then they meet up on the Las Vegas Strip, and they're walking toward each other, and the whole city's around them, and like, and Kanye's playing, and like it's freaking what are they playing? White Skinhead or something like that. But anyway, it's like a or Black Skinhead. But like it's this freaking highly produced promo just for this main event, and we haven't seen this in a long time, and we're finally getting it back.
Sorry, yeah, our comments froze because all of a sudden Megan and all the boom, crazy how working together might avoid this situation. I don't know what she's talking. Oh, the PFL UFC. I'm getting out of Dodge during the White House fight. Yeah, that might be crazy. Kenneth says cleavage is the term, I think, when you said butt cheek titties. No, Kenneth, it's butt cheek titties, all right? Kenneth goes on to say, I heard Jelly Roll was doing the national anthem, and he said JK. But yeah, to Dylan's point, hats off to Paramount for bringing that back, because that gets you going. That gets you hyped. That gets you like, oh, I can't. Like I remember GSP versus Dan Hardy. I think they did a crazy cool promo. There's that song, Counting Bodies Like Sheep to the Rhythm of the War Drum. And it was like him getting going and Dan Hardy, and then they kind of met up. Or, I don't know, that got you going and invested, you know? So, yeah, if you haven't seen that preview, definitely check it out. And then I guess we'll wrap up with this. We talked about kind of CrossFit a little bit. We are going in to week one of the CrossFit, the 2026 CrossFit Open. If you have not signed up, sign up. Like even for myself, my life got a little bit busy. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it to our Friday Night Lights to do it. Now, every year for 14 years, I've gone to just about every one of them Friday Night Lights to do my open workout. Well, this year I might not be able to. So your boy's going to have to get a little creative. Even still, I'm going to sign up for the CrossFit Open because I want to support the CrossFit message. Maybe not all the people that work there, but the CrossFit message. I want to promote my community at my gym, and I want to see where I'm at. We were talking before the show that Dylan and I got a little bit chunky in the last couple months here. I know that I'm not as fit as I was last year, the year before. It's all good, but I still want to see where I'm at so I can gauge what I need to work on going forward. So this coming week is week one. You got Hopper, you got Mertens, you got Dallin. I don't remember who else is there, but there's a couple of the top dogs in the male field. Go get signed up. Freaking tune in on Thursday night when they announce it. It's always going to be worth supporting the CrossFit message, even if you don't support what they're doing. Oh yeah, Pepper. Thank you, Katie. Pepper and Hatfield. Even if you don't support everything that they are doing or not doing at times, support the CrossFit message, man. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than the people that work there. What Greg started is world changing, and we are the ones that push that forward. So on that note, we are a few minutes into probably the first fight of tonight's UFC card.
That fight's already over.
Yeah, I figured. Thanks for joining us. We missed you, and we'll probably, most likely, 99% sure, be back on Monday night to talk about what we're about to watch. So love you guys. Thanks, KDL. Thanks. Oh, Garrett had that. Maybe we'll address that on Monday. MJ at Daytona. Thanks, KDL. Thanks, Garrett. Thanks, Megan. Thank you, Jody, for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody that comes in here. We appreciate you guys. Peace and love.